When it comes to luggage, especially for carry-on, normally I prefer the top open design. However, clamshell style bags have become way more popular, especially for the hardshell cases. And so about 8 months ago, I was influenced by all the pretty ads I saw and bought the Monos carry-on. Since then, I've tested it on a few trips, and even though it's clamshell, I think it might be one of the best ones on the market. So if you've been considering this bag, here's why I think it's pretty magical.
Reaction.
I actually really like it. So first off, let's start with a bag overview. This is the Monos carry-on, not the Plus, not the Pro, just the regular carry-on. All right, now I'm gonna start with the size of this bag, because if you're flying carry-on, the most important thing to consider is if it's actually going to fit in the overhead bin on the plane. Now, the official dimensions are 22 by 14 by 9, but I would say it is kind of on the smaller side of those measurements based on our testing. We've tested this in multiple airline bins, and even in the tighter size bins, it did slide right in. Both Chris and I have used this bag on several flights, and it always fits. So for most airlines, at least within North America, it's easily going to fit in the sizers and the overhead bins. For European airlines, I did have some subscribers mention it does fit on Ryanair. So with that, I also decided to scour the internet. I went on Reddit and TikTok and found multiple videos showing that this bag does fit on many European airlines. The ones I found were Air France, ITA, EasyJet, and a few more, as well as Air Transat, which isn't a European airline, but it does have a lot of cross-Atlantic flights, and this airline has smaller carry-on limits than most other North American airlines. So if you're not sure, drop your airline below in the comments and I'll try and check for you. Or maybe a few fellow travelers can chime in as well. Next is the wheels test. This bag is outfitted with 360-degree spinner wheels that maneuver very easily. They glide like butter on smooth surfaces and transition really well to rougher pavement. It also rolls pretty straight when giving it the old push test. So if you've ever raced through the airport and suddenly needed an iced coffee fix, you can quickly pivot with ease. So these wheels are actually super quiet. Have a listen for yourself. Monos has what they call whisper quiet wheels. If you don't want to sound like a freight train rolling through the airport, I think you'll be really happy with this bag. Let's move on to the handle. Very little jiggle with this one. Monos uses high-grade aluminum, so it's a lot sturdier than cheaper bags that use cast zinc tubes. When you look closely, you can see that the tubes are actually at a 45-degree angle, so this helps reduce lateral movement and that loose, jiggly feeling. And a feature that I love the most is that the handle has 4 height settings. Most of my other bags only have 2 or 3. So for comparison, I'm 5'1" or 154 centimeters, and here's where the handle heights land on me. And Chris is 6'9" or 205 centimeters, and here's how the handle heights compare on him. Also, the button is on the underside of the handle. I haven't decided if this is a pro or a con. Most other bags have them on the top. Underneath is supposed to be more ergonomic, so the jury's out on that one. But the handle is rounded, so any other carry-on bag that you're bringing, like a backpack or a tote bag, will slide over no problem. Now, I do need to comment on the look of this bag. It is super sleek, minimalist. It looks good. And I know how pretty the bag is shouldn't be at the top of your list when it comes to choosing one, but it's nice when you do find something that's stylish and practical. It comes in 8 standard colors ranging from rose quartz to storm gray, and also limited edition colors. Mine is the terracotta. It's also got your TSA approved lock on the side and ultra smooth YKK reverse coil zippers. Not only do you get that smooth, clean appearance, the reverse orientation also protects it from sand and dirt getting into the coil. Now let's take a look at the inside of this bag. My favorite part about this bag is the compression pad. You really can cinch everything down to squeeze as much as possible in here. It's super strong and the straps are screwed to the aluminum frame, so it's not going to start buckling if you've really packed everything in here. This is a great feature because I can cinch down the compression pad and then have room to lay a hoodie or a blazer on top before closing the case. The pad is also removable if you don't need it, but it's also got a flat zippered pocket too. So if you're someone who still prints out your travel documents, or needs somewhere to store receipts on your trip, or I always seem to collect travel brochures on my trips, so this is the perfect spot for that stuff. The other side is fully zippered, so it hides and contains everything. So on this side, I'll usually pack a mix of my shoes, toiletries, hair tools, and smaller clothing items like socks and undies, swimsuits, pajamas, shorts, and tanks. And speaking of shoes, it even comes with these nice shoe bags and a laundry bag. There's also a smaller zippered pocket in the middle, perfect for jewelry or other small loose items. Now let's talk about price. By the way, this video is not sponsored. I bought this bag, like I said, about 8 months ago. Currently, it retails for about $250. But watch for sales. They come up quite often. Like right now, there's a Labor Day sale, and I think everything is 25% off. Alright, now how much can you actually fit in this bag? Well, it's a 40-liter capacity, and something of this size you should be able to pack for at least 1 week of outfits. So here's what I can pack inside. I've got 1 pair of jeans, a pair of black chinos, leggings, a maxi dress, a cardigan, a light jacket, a light sweater, 3 t-shirts, and 3 tank tops. Then I'm going to cinch that all down. And with that, I have this entire other side to pack everything else, like my toiletry bag, socks and undies, pajamas, hair tools, 2 pairs of shoes, and an extra purse. And I'm not using packing cubes here just so I can show you a little better how much actually fits. If you were to use compression packing cubes, you could absolutely pack a little bit more in here. Now, everything has its downsides, so when I was doing some research for this video, I did find some bad reviews and I wanted to put those to the test. Some people mentioned that the handle gets stuck when the bag is full and the compression pad is cinched down. I packed this bag as full as I could and I did not encounter this. So I think if this is happening to you, you've just packed way too much shit. Next, now I don't know if this is necessarily a con, but as you can see, there is no front pocket on this bag. But the Carry-On Pro size does have the exterior pocket if you do need it. However, no front pocket means you do get more interior space while keeping the bag small enough to fit on most airlines. So it is a bit of a trade-off. And I think most people travel with at least another carry-on, whether that's a backpack, a sling bag, a purse, something that fits under the seat in front of you. So in my opinion, it's not totally necessary. Now, something I do agree on with the reviewers out there is that yes, it does scuff quite easily. But this is typically an issue with a lot of hard shells, especially if it doesn't have ridges sticking out on the outside. But that can add weight, and maybe this material does scuff easier than others. As long as it's just cosmetic, I think that luggage that's been on adventures with you probably should have a travel scar or two. And we've put this gal through the ringer, and I think it still looks pretty good. I think we should call this carry-on curling. Let's see how it survives. Pretty good. I think we can buff that out. It does come with a magic eraser though, and using it, the scuffs seem to buff out pretty well. And finally, I would love if there was some sort of small handle on the bottom of the bag. There is a side handle, but I like to have options. This is minor though, and not a deal breaker. Some other things to know if you are interested in buying this bag: Monos ships worldwide, and there is free shipping in the US and in Canada. Monos also has matching packing cubes, which I didn't buy, but they do have really good reviews. And they are designed to fit the exact dimensions of this bag. So good news if you like buying matching stuff. There's also a garment sleeve if you're traveling for business or need to pack formal wear or dress shirts. And there's different sizes of this bag. So this is the regular carry-on. They also have the carry-on plus, the carry-on pro, and the carry-on pro plus. So the plus is a slightly bigger version of this exact bag. The pro, on the other hand, is this bag that adds the exterior zipper compartment. Or you've got the Pro Plus, which is the bigger version of this bag with the added exterior pocket. But remember, check the size of the airlines you will be flying because it does vary a lot. That's why in the end I chose to get this one, the smallest of them all, so that it would fit on as many airlines as possible. And if you're from Australia or you're flying to Asian countries, let me know if you're out there. I often talk about bags that are relevant to North America and European airlines because that's where the majority of my viewers come from. I do look at the analytics and I see where you guys are all from. If you're from Australia, if you're from Asian countries, say hi in the comments and let me know that you're out there so that for future videos I can focus more on bags that are relevant to those countries. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Next is the wheels test. Next is the wheels test. Next is the wheels test.